Morning this morning. It's a bright morning this morning. Actually, a special shout out to my director there. That's why I had to use the word glorious. It's actually a glorious one today. A bright weekend. As GBK and Johnny Ojo will say, it's a beautiful morning today. Welcome to Spring Delights on Western Spring Television, where we get to make your morning, your weekend, a beautiful, a bright, a delightful one. It is a chilling morning in the city of Osogbo, and you know it's pouring down a slight dew. I mean, it's dropping gradually, and the weather is a bit chill. And welcome to Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. On behalf of the entire crew on Western Spring Television for Spring Delight Show, I bid you welcome to today. Today is another day to make your weekend delightful, and it's time to get into business. You know, if you have whatever it is you've done in the course of the week, it's time to relax. Have time for family. As a career woman, as a career man, it's time for you to bond with your family, get to meet each other, have fun, have a beautiful weekend, relax and rewind as you get prepared for the week ahead. Welcome to Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. My name is Olufemi Alagbe, and I welcome you to the show today, and it's going to be, as always, delightful. However, before we start and get into the business of the day on the show, let's quickly go for some aerobics where we get to exercise and stretch out the muscles. And as we always tell you, that do well to not just sit on your seat and watch your screen. Try to at least lift up something, stretch yourself. I mean, take a walk around the room, that sitting room where you are, pick up something, use it to exercise, to stretch the muscles and stay fit. So we go for aerobics now. And when we return, we'll still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. Stay with us.
Oops. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oops.
Okay. Now we're bringing our knees to the elbow.
6, 8, 9, and 10. Damn.
All right, down. Okay, we take right hand to the left leg. Touch. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Okay? All right, up. All right, let go.
Okay, so in case you don't have the dumbbell, you can always improvise using a bottle like this. Then you add sand into it for weight, and then you work out. It's as easy as that. Come up. Go down. Come up with it. Go down. Come up with it. Go down. Come up with it. Go down. Come
advanced one from the basic to advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you come up. Come up. Come up. Alright, drop the weight. Pick it up. Pick it, drop the weight. That's the last for the day. Drop it. Pick it. Drop. Your feet. Drop. Your feet. Drop. The place where you want to pick is squats and pick. Squat and drop. I squat, I pick. I squat, I drop. Squat and pick. Squat and drop. Squat and pick. Squat and drop. Alright,
Hey, you're welcome back. It's still Spring the Lights on Western Spring Television. You know, the effects and the benefit of exercise can never be overemphasized. And as we do always tell you every weekend, do well to find out time to exercise and stretch out the muscles. You know, exercise, relax, rewind, and stay fit for the week ahead after a long day. You've done a lot of things all through the week. The weekend, find time to, you know, relax the muscles and get the needful done. And yes, we are back from that segment of aerobics, and I think and I hope you didn't just sit and keep watching your screen. You were able to, you know, pick up one or two things and exercise with that so that you can be able to have your muscles stretched. As I do say occasionally, that if you are not able to go to the gym, we bring the instructor right to your screen to guide you and how to do it. And as just you have seen, you can also take out time to also practice that. Yes. All right, moving on from there. As I said, today is a glorious day. I mean, a glorious weekend and a glorious, beautiful, bright morning. Right now, we'll be going for our celebrity birthdays and today in history. And before we go that, I want to do a shout out to King David Oyeleke. The course of the week, it was your birthday on August 20. I wish you a happy birthday and long life and prosperity. And on that note, we'll be going for celebrity birthdays. And as I do say, in case your birthday was during the course of the week or today is your birthday, you are our MVPs, the most valuable personality, and I personally celebrate you. And from all of us on the crew on Spring Delight and Western Spring Television, we say a happy birthday week to you. And if today is your birthday, we say happy birthday to you. Right now, we'll be going for our celebrity birthdays and today in history. Stay with us. All right, you're welcome back. It's still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television, your favorite weekend breakfast show where we get to make your weekend delightful because it's Spring Delight. And this is where you get to have a delightful start of your weekend. And I'm delighted that I will be your host today. And today we're going to have an interesting conversation. And We're right on the first segment of that. And as I said before I go into that conversation fully, once again, happy birthday to every one of you who in the course of the week you've celebrated your birthday, or today is your birthday. If this week actually was your birth day in the course of the week, happy birth week to you. And if today is your birthday, I say happy birthday to you. I wish you a long life and prosperity. Let me use the lines of Ajibike. She will say, this will not be your last. So I'm saying it again, this will not be your last. And as people will always say, welcome to the best year, your best year yet. I wish you more good and prosperous years to make impact, not just to be living like you are living, but you live to make impact and leave a good footprint as you live your life on and on. And from all of us at Western Spring Television and the Spring Delight crew, we say happy birthday to you and happy birthday to you. All right, moving to the first segment. This week on Spring Delight, we turn our focus on a timely and sensitive conversation. We'll be looking at suicide prevention amongst the youth. Every conversation counts. And joining us are two passionate advocates for mental health. I've got right here with me in the studio, Dr. Oyewole, the founder of the Still Waters Mental Health Foundation. Dr. Oyedeji also is right here with me in the studio, Africa coordinator of the Still Waters Mental Health Foundation and co-convener of the forthcoming Osun Mental Health Summit holding this December. In the course of the conversation, we're going to dabble into that and is going to tell us more about that. Together, they will shed light on the realities of youth suicide, the importance of open conversations, and the practical steps we can all take to build a culture of support, hope, and a system whereby you are not sidelined or you are being, put aside, or you feel jettisoned or left away. Welcome, gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Delight this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and I believe we're going to have a delightful conversation together.
I'm very sure.
All right, let's start with this. First of all, how would you describe the current state of youth mental health in Nigeria? Let me start with Dr. Oyewole.
Okay, yes. So thank you very much for the privilege to be here.
It's
a very great pleasure.
Yeah.
Yes, the state of mental health amongst youth is a very, very strategic one as at the moment, because we have a lot of youth that are affected with the mental health and they don't know how to seek help. There's a lot of stigma around mental health, and this also prevents them. And then the statistics are really bad. We have a lot of youths on addiction, a lot of them are depressed. And on the long run, we don't see any practical strategy being put in place to really prevent the numbers from soaring. So I'll say it's a very bad one as at now, but I believe that with practical ways of attacking this particular situation, we can actually make things better.
Okay, Dr. Oyedeji, you heard what Dr. Oyewole said. Can you let's now go into the aspect of the causes, some of the leading causes of suicide in Nigeria. Let's narrow it down to Nigeria first. What are the major causes of suicide in Nigeria?
Oh, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for the question.
Yeah.
The leading cause of suicide in Nigeria, and let me say Africa generally, is depression. Most people, or many people, get into depression, and that's like the bedrock of suicide. Suicide is like a continuum. It does not just happen. One that have been having suicidal thoughts from probably 10 years before he or she has committed suicide. And it is noticed that suicide is more even among men than women. Because most times when women want to commit suicide, if they have something, probably a glass of cup here, and there's something in it, someone comes in, just burst into tears, and they will not do that.
They are like emotional.
More emotional. But men, they stomach their emotions, and
we get to suppress it.
Suppress it. They don't talk out because of, I can say, maybe pride or the ego men have. They get to suppress their emotions, and by the time they are unable to suppress it anymore, they just go to suicide. So the range of time within suicidal thought and suicide among men is lesser compared to females.
Now, with what you said now, can we say that suicide is actually a silent crisis?
Yes.
So it's a saying that suicide is actually a silent crisis. With what you're now saying, do you say it affirmative that suicide is actually a silent crisis? So for men, because we don't get to show emotions, we tend to leave it. Because when you were saying from what you said a person can have a suicidal thought for 10 years.
Yes.
And he's not seen it all through without saying anything.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Now coming to this. Now, are there societal or cultural pressure that make young people to be vulnerable to suicide? Dr. Oyewole, can you?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of it culturally and even in the society.
Okay.
One of it, especially among students, is academic pressure. There's a lot of academic pressure. Many times people in school, there's a lot of demands on them. You have to be the best. We are going to be the breadwinner. We are sacrificing for you to be here in school, and we need you to deliver. So sometimes
is that not a normal expectation?
Oh yes, it's a normal expectation.
Then why is it seen as a pressure?
But many times it gets very excessive. It gets very, very excessive in the sense that such individuals are under serious pressure.
Okay.
Even when they have some challenges that normal students will look at for ways to strategize and navigate these challenges, they are under severe pressure and they can't think things straight. They know that their failure is not just a failure of themselves alone.
Okay.
It's a failure of many times their entire generation. So it gives them a lot of pressure. Many times also it can be a financial crisis. This can also be a problem. In school we had people that they were not just financing themselves, they were also sending money back home. Meaning that apart from the academic things they had to do, that the challenges they had, they also had financial challenges and they had to even support their family. You can imagine someone that has to juggle academics and then also juggling 2 or more jobs to be able to fend for family. Many times this is also a big pressure. Also, many times there's peer influence. People get into the groups of wrong friends, people that don't encourage you, people that don't make you have meaningful conversations, people that lead you into drug addiction. Because many times when of these issues happen, people turn into drug addiction for coping mechanism, which is a very, very bad one. So there are a lot of cultural perspectives to this. Like one of it that Dr. Oyedeji also mentioned is that this belief that men should be strong. It's believed that men or that you will
men
say,
don't cry.
Men don't cry. Men's stomach is part of being a man. So that is also a perspective to the conversation here, in the sense that such an individual would not want to speak out. And like you said earlier, like we've said also, that every conversation counts.
Yes. Every
conversation counts. So in a situation where, because of your gender, you feel you are not predisposed to making a conversation or starting your conversation, because we always encourage people to also reach out for help. Because unless you reach out for help and get adequate intervention, the person can commit suicide. And mind you, I could be suicidal as I am now, had this beautiful program, had this great opportunity to talk about mental health. And immediately after this program, I'm having the thoughts again. That is how suicide can be. So we are in a situation where we have to make sure that people have conversations on this particular topic called suicide. We have to encourage people to be able to speak about how they feel and not want to stomach it in. So there are a lot of factors that can affect an individual and tilt them towards committing suicide, both socially and culturally.
Dr. Oyedeji, you heard what Dr. Oyewole said. I want to ask this question. Why is it that people find it difficult to express or speak out about depression or suicidal thoughts?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. People find it difficult to speak about their personal problem because, number one, stigmatization. When someone says is our problem and people get to talk around, probably in the neighborhood or in school, probably, let's say, for example, a student who did not do well in an exam, probably had a carryover or had an F in a course. His classmates begin to talk about, oh, this person goes to night class, he reads a lot and he's not even showing his results. So such a person feels like, oh, it's true, I'm putting so much effort, but I'm not getting the result.
The result is not commensurate
to the effort I'm putting. So he or she does not want to talk about it. Those people know already. People around him knows already, and they're talking about it, and he's hearing, like is aware of the conversation around it. So, and he does not have close friends. He does not have people he can really talk out to, because he knows whenever he talks to them, they will castigate him. They will use it as an avenue to still probably bully him or badmouth him. So he or she finds it difficult to speak to people. Probably his parents is not also accommodating. His loved ones are not accommodating.
Okay.
His relatives, brothers and sisters are not accommodating. That makes it worse. Because the close ones, the close associates of such person are not even ready to listen. And that's why I want to use this medium to appeal to parents to give listening ears to their children. Because we've noticed that suicidal thought, suicide is more among the younger generation this present age. Students in secondary school, we had issue of suicide last week of a 20-level student in OAU, Bafemi Awolowo University. He was a dentistry student.
Yes.
Yes, and few months ago, we had another suicide occurrence about a student who did not, I think, scored about 150 something, very low
didn't get
score.
to the quarter of mark in JAM.
And his or her parent has probably been telling you that if you don't write JAM once, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to, they must have probably...
Oh, that's a pass.
law school more. Yes, law school more. Wa kọ́ṣẹ́ ni, wa lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ tailor, àbí kó lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ kíní kan, something like that. That can discourage such a child, and he or she feels even those around me don't love me, they don't want to listen to me, and the best is just end it. Or if I'm not living to expectation, it's just to commit suicide. So it's appealing because most people don't want to talk out, because when they talk out, people stigmatize them. People see them as bad, quote unquote, not good enough, and they are not living up to expectation, and they just feel the best way to just end it, not to face this kind of stigma, is just to end it all. So suicidal thoughts, people don't share their thought because of, number one, stigmatization, number two, not living up to expectation, and they don't have the social support around. We don't have in schools. Most schools has counseling it, yes, but not functional. Not functional. I mean, both in colleges and in high school, secondary school, they are not functional. And we want. That's why one of the reasons why the Stillwater's Mental Health Foundation that's one of the vision, because we want to create the open space, an avenue where people can actually pour out their mind easily, see it as a norm, that what you are going through presently is, if a student knows that what he or she is going through presently, someone has gone through such in the past, and the person is able to talk about how he or she was able to pave ways, how he or she was able to overcome such challenges. People, current people going through such situation know that, okay, someone has gone through this in the past, and he or she was able to go through it and was able to overcome. I can also do so. So
yes, I was actually going to come to that aspect. In the introduction, I mentioned you guys, the founder, and like you guys are from Stillwater's Foundation, and we're going to talk around that and how you have been over the years that you founded this organized the foundation, how the experience you've had, how you've been able to help people, and what are the things you've seen. We're still going to talk about that. And I was going to have this conversation around how can the community, because you guys alone can't do this. We need the involvement of community, we need the involvement of families, we need the involvement of religious leaders to all come together to ensure that people who are in depression or who are having suicidal thoughts are able to speak out and get, attended to and being delivered, if that's the word to use, from that kind of feeling. However, before we go into that, we quickly go for the short report. When we return, it's still the conversation with my two doctors. It's a men conversation today, actually, and you can see all of us are on tie. So it's a serious matter. Stay with us. It's still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. Don't go away.
One of the things that you should learn
You're welcome back. It's still Spring Lights on Western Spring Television. We are talking around depression and suicidal thought. And importantly, every conversation counts. We're trying to make you understand that whatever it is you're going through, your feeling is valid, regardless of whatever anybody might think, regardless of what anybody might say. Don't assume your feeling is not valid. Speak out. There is somebody out there who is ready to listen to you and help you through the journey onto recovery. All right, gentlemen, we were having the conversation and we talked about the reason why people find it difficult to speak out when they are depressed or when they're having suicidal thoughts. Now, back to you, Dr. Oyedeji. Before I come to Dr. Oyewole, we'll talk about the aspect of how religious leaders can also help us. Then we're going to Stillwater's contribution into trying to bring up people from who are depressed or who are having suicidal thoughts. How can communities, now I'm talking about families, I'm talking about the community in general, help people who are into depression or who are having suicidal thoughts? What do you have to say about that?
Yes, thank you very much. The committee has a big role to play as regards the reduction in suicide rate. And when we talk about community, it starts from individual, going to family, going to relatives, I mean the extended family, then the community, because numerous families form the community.
Okay.
So individual, as an individual, you must be able to open up to those around you. I mean, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, most especially, because your parents are more experienced as regards all of these things. At least they know you more than you know yourself. They gave birth to you and they love you. Parents, most parents or all parents, I assume, should love their children. So
an ideal parent.
An ideal parent,
love.
yes.
I think let's set the record straight because you know somebody said something just on a lighter note. Somebody said when you're celebrating your parents, you will say the best father in the world. But wait, if everybody keeps writing the best father, the best mother, where are the rogues actually? Where are they coming from? So let's set the record straight. For an ideal parent, you should love your child.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you're right. So parents are best supporters of their children. An ideal parent are best supporters of their children. So it begins from there. The community has to play a role, starting from the parents. Once parents love their children, show them the right path, teach them, show them the love they need, support them in every way they can. It plays a great role in reducing the rate of suicide. Every conversation counts. And definitely individuals have roles to play because you have to open up to those around you. Having close associates, I mean, your friends, classmates, people have friends for different purposes. And every individual has one or two things he or she has this friend for. This is good in this. That's why I'm close to this. This friend is good in this. That's why I'm close. So you should have close associates that could support you, that they are just a call away and they are there for you. So Dr. Iwale is my best friend, and anytime, I can always call him, even in the middle of the night, I can always call him to reach out to him.
You definitely know that when you reach out to him, he will definitely have something to say to
100%. 100%.
Like because I was going to ask this question when you said we should be able to reach out to people. I had this question, but you've answered my question already. I was like, how sure am I that the person I'm reaching out to will not add salt to the injury? Let's say, for example, now, I have this issue. You too. Why don't you see that is insane? That is not right for you. You are trying to find somebody who will console. Even if I was wrong, there is timing to everything. Even if you are going to tell me the truth, there is a way you present it. There is a time to present the truth in a way I'll be able to comprehend and understand. And I like the instance where you said you should be able, constructively, you should be able to find a person who you can open up to that will understand you, not just any random person. And I like the fact you said you should have specific friends for specific purposes. There are some friends that are good academically, and what brings you together is on academics. There are some that when you are going through stuff, like we say in Nigeria, I'm going through a lot. A lot is even going through me. So either a lot is going through you or you are going through a lot. You have somebody you can reach out to that will also run you through the lot and bring you out of the lot. Thank you very much. All right, Dr. Iwale, how can now, we are a country that is so much dedicated into religion. Nigeria is a country of religion. If you are not a dedicated Muslim, you're a dedicated Christian. If you are none of the two, you are a traditionalist. Outside that, then you're an atheist, you're on your own. But one way or the other, you will see the people that are even saying they are not into a religion, they are finding one way to do one prayer or the other. How can religious leaders help depressed people and those who are having suicidal thoughts?
Thank you very much. What you just described is a very big one. And in Nigeria, we are a very religious nation, very, very religious. You know, we are in a country where something happens at home, even before maybe like a medical emergency, we are in a family, we are in a nation where before you pick up the phone to call the doctor, there's a huge possibility that the pastor is going to call your pastor first.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, even in times of medical emergency, this is to show how very religious we are. And if mental health intervention is going to really work, such stakeholders have to be involved. You know, when psychiatry itself really started in Nigeria, there was a collaboration between the elites then, that is the psychiatrists, them, the earliest psychiatrists in the country, and the religious leaders, talking about even the traditionalists, because some people would prefer to take agbo. Some people would prefer to take someone that has schizophrenia, what we call madness, hallucination, and all of that, to a traditionalist than to a doctor. So this came up, they came up with a strategy that, okay, don't worry, I'm going to let you be able to do your own part, because these people are going to come to you first, but let me also do my own intervention. Don't worry if I'm going to do it in your place. Don't worry if in your agbo, I'm going to put a little bit of alloperidol. That's one of the drugs that we use in treating such instances. So this is to show you that even right from the foundation of psychiatry, this was a concept that in Nigeria needed to be understood and absorbed. We're in a situation where if something happens at home, the wife might not tell the husband and will tell the pastor. We're in a situation where pastors know more about what is going on in the family than many times the husband, and vice versa. So such individuals really need to be brought as stakeholders in such situations. Now, coming even to schools, we're in a situation where most of our mentors are our religious leaders, be it the Afa, be it the traditional worshiper, be it the pastors. And they play, we believe that many times what they are saying is what God is saying.
Yes.
We believe that whatever their intervention is,
they're the mouthpiece of God.
Exactly. Pastor has said this. God is speaking.
My pastor said.
My pastor said.
Nothing more.
Nothing more. So we're in a situation where many times they are the first people that respond. That is just the reality. They are the first before, because we're in a situation where we've talked about stigma already.
Yes.
So people don't want to exactly go to meet psychiatrists or psychologists because they believe that anybody that is going there is mad. Quote and unquote. Yes, raw mental. So nobody, even when they want to go there, they don't want to go when people are there. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen entering the office. They don't want to be seen. They don't want their files to be out there. They are very, very careful here because of the stigma. So it's easier to walk into your pastor's office. Everybody feels, oh, you're going to go and meet. Nobody knows what you're exactly going to do. I know pastors do counseling too. And they are the first responders. And the way they really manage these things goes a long way, because you know, if somebody is having a suicidal ideation, like, pastor, I'm feeling this way, if it is mismanaged at that point, it can lead to a very, very bad situation. If, for instance, the person is going to castigate you, the pastor, because pastors, this shows that pastors even need some level of training. I'm talking about pastors more often because I am a Christian, but I know that even my Muslim colleagues and even the ones we have in the foundation, the imams, the alfas are also great. They do a lot of great intervention when it comes to it. And so it means that they are the first responders and the intervention, because many times, I want you to know that the people that will come to psychiatrists many times is because the alfas or the pastors told them that at this point, I believe that should. So they have to be a very huge social support. They have to be able to make conversations more open. And they also have, importantly, they have to know their limits. In the sense that when this is getting very clinical, they have to know that, yes, this person needs to see a
They should
professional.
not feel as if they can handle
Do
it
yes.
themselves.
Because
Transfer, right?
exactly. Because many times, because of this overbearing and overzealousness, they're not able to manage these things professionally, and then it leads to suicide. So, all in all, they are the first responders. They are highly crucial because they have the first contact with many of these individuals, and I believe that they need training, and they need to also know when their limit has been crossed for professional help. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Oyewale. I'm coming to you. I know you're the founder of Stillwater's Foundation. I'm coming back to you,
Yes.
but I want to ask this question from Dr. Oyedeji. Are there structures you think should be put in place in institutions? Now, you know, we talked about earlier when we were having the conversation, a dentist student in OEU died because he was asked to repeat a particular is it level now, if I'm correct. And this issue of this jam girl now who didn't get to the expected cutoff mark she wanted, maybe because she wanted to attend university, she didn't want to opt for a polytechnic or a college of education, it's university or nothing more. And because she didn't get to the cutoff mark, she felt the next thing to do was to take her life. And are there structures that you think should be put in place? Plus, do you think there are some policies the government can also put in place, establish some policies that help the mental health of citizens?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. I really love it because it's alarming that, as I said earlier, that there are counseling units in schools but are not functional. We studied in Lautech Ogbomosho, and Dr. Iwole Senior, in this case, this is Dr. Iwole Junior. His dad is a medical doctor.
I
Yes,
see.
Dr. Iwole Senior plays a great role in helping the mental health of students. Whenever, for free, whenever he sees that this student is not the way he used to be, he's a lecturer, he's one of our teachers, and he's not the way he has low, because there are some signs and symptoms of depression, low mood, reduced energy, loss of appetite. It could be anything. When you see that this person is not doing what he or she usually do, there are some signs, and those are signs and symptoms of depression. So when we notice that, we refer them to clinical psychologist. We call it clinical psychologist now, or mental health professional, because we notice the stigma to psychiatrists. When people hear psychiatrists, quote and unquote, they feel mad, they see mad people who they see is mad. So we're trying to change the name from seeing a psychiatrist, seeing a clinical psychologist, or seeing a mental health professional. So we refer them to the counseling unit of our university. And we're trying to implement something like that in various universities. TSW is in virtually more than 90 institutions presently in Nigeria.
Wow.
And in over 20 countries in Africa.
Wow.
So we are trying to institute a plan where we would have people, when it's been normalized, to have counseling needs that is functional in schools, especially colleges, universities. So that way, mental health professional would be able to see students and to at least reduce the rate of mental health issues, depression in the country. The government also has a part to play, in the sense that most people, definitely, some people go into depression because probably they don't have a job. Some people because the financial burden is so much. We have people who have 5 children, people that have 6 children, and they're unable to cater for them, you know, and because they don't have a job, they just go into one petty trade, and at the end of the day, they're unable to fund and properly take care of their children. So the government has a lot of roles to play, because the rate at which there is employment, and if the rate of employment is high in Nigeria and many countries in Africa,
The rate of unemployment.
I mean, sorry, more employment.
I think you'll be a doctor prophet. Employment will increase in Nigeria.
Amen.
All right.
Yeah, so the rate of unemployment in Nigeria is very high, and this is one of the background, because most people, when you just talk to them, just say, I'm financially burdened, you know, I'm unable to settle my bills. We had classmates in medical school who could not concentrate on their academics, and it affected them. They had to take receipts, they had to repeat a class, some had to carry over, some were withdrawn from medical school because of financial burden. They're unable to attend classes because they have to juggle 1 or 2 petty jobs to fend for themselves and to send money back home.
That's a lot.
That's a whole lot. Because they are not just funding themselves presently, they are funding their younger ones, and it's more amongst firstborn. I've noticed it to be more amongst firstborn because
the pressure is there.
Pressure is there. They have to fend for their younger ones. Their parents are probably retired or something, so they have to send money back. So the pressure is so much. So if that aspect is played by the government, at least the rate of unemployment will be reduced, and the financial state of most families would at least be okay, and that can reduce the rate of suicidal thoughts, depression in the country. Because as I said earlier, depression is like the bedrock of everything. It's the bedrock. People are depressed because of one thing or the other, and it gradually increases. What can make Mr. A depressed can not be what will make Mr. B depressed. Some people, even rich people who are financially okay, some of them can also be depressed. Really? And some are usually on stimulants, some take things to, we have people who perform based on stimulants and all of that. So it could be, that's why I said depression is individualized. What can make Mr. A depressed may not be what to make Mr. B depressed. And that's like the bedrock. So at the end of the day, if the government can play a great role and university colleges have counseling units that are functional, it will at least reduce the rates, because the statistics shows that within the age of 16 and 24 are where the age limits where suicidal thoughts are more. And it has been noticed to be more amongst men, just as I said earlier. So this will at least help reduce the rates.
All right, I am coming to ask, we want to talk about now, why did you choose that theme of every conversation counts? I'm coming to that question, or Dr. Oyedeji. But first, let me ask the founder, Stillwaters, what inspired you, just in 1 minute before we go to that conversation, what inspired you to establish Stillwaters?
Okay, so like Dr. Oyedeji said earlier, my dad, Dr. Ewole Sr., happens to be a medical doctor. And growing up, I always got to know that medical school was tough. And in fact, there was a point where one of the medical students back then, this is like about 20 years ago, had to stay with us because she was really depressed and it was really getting so bad. She needed immediate intervention. And of course, she couldn't be in the wards because of stigma. And my dad was able to intervene properly. And many times when my dad's friends come around, so they talk about some of the issues they had to face in medical school. And, I could see that trend. Now getting into medical school myself some 30 years after, I found out that many of those issues still lingered, some of them even worse. And I found out that after finishing medical school, if I leave too, and nothing is done about these issues, nothing is done to have an open conversation about these issues, many of the times, and even most probably, when my child or a very close individual in another generation gets into medical school, those issues will still linger and might even be worse than it is now. So why not create a space, a safe space where open conversations can be had, where people can speak about the issues that really affect student lives. And we can also look at strategies that we can use, because one of the things that makes us very special is that it's an initiative of the youths for the youths. Many times those that want to intervene in our situations are those that are far away and they don't know exactly how the youths feel. So we are also youths. We go through all these struggles. So we're not just going to be talking theory. We're going to be very practical. And we've also been able to create interventions in the sense that when we create the support, the social support, and we see that, yes, this is getting more serious, this is getting very serious, we also do a referral package where we can introduce these individuals to mental health professionals, especially clinical psychologists, and for them to intervene, be therapy or what will be felt best by the professionals themselves, so there can be that intervention and we won't have cases. I've had as at now, about 20 people that have reached out to me about suicidal ideation, and we've been able to intervene by introducing them to clinical psychologists, and they've had therapy. And some of them, one of them just finished nursing school in Ladoke Akintola University, and she was like, thank you so much. You don't know what that intervention meant for me, because she was really getting so bad. This was someone that was even doing well academically. Wow. This was someone that even had a very good background, I'm talking about financially, but was still depressed. So this is a platform that has been able to create, like our theme for this program is every conversation counts. Meaning that we've been able to make sure that every conversation counts. We've been able to create a space where people can have normal conversations around mental health, because people don't want to talk about mental health. People don't. This is like what we are doing now is a very beautiful one, that Western Spring Television is giving us an avenue to talk about mental health, because most people don't see mental health as important. And mind you, mental health is even as important as physical health. More people have more programs around hypertension, diabetes, and any of those other conditions. But mental health is so important, because mental health even has a rebound effect on physical health. Because if you're depressed, if you're beginning to think a lot, yes, you can start having increased blood pressure amongst a lot of things. You can have a bad lifestyle that would also put you at risk of many of these other conditions that I mentioned earlier. So there's a very, very complex interaction between physical health and mental health that is very, very important. So these are the things that really inspired me into founding the Stillwaters Mental Health Foundation.
All right. You've actually answered part of the question where I want to say, why did you choose the theme for this year as every conversation counts? However, let me ask Dr. Oyedeji, your program in December, can you just tell us more about that program that you're having in December as we wrap up this show?
Okay, thank you very much. The program we'll be having in December is Osun Mental Health Summit. And we've had two previous ones, two previous convention, that in Ogbomoso, while we were still students. In 2023, we had the maiden edition of the Stillwaters Mental Health Foundation, November 2nd to 5th. And it was more about depression, addiction. We had another one last year, December 12th to 15th, same in Ogbomoso. So we are not students again. We are now medical doctors.
Congratulations.
We now work in Oshogbo. So we are in Osun. So we thought about bringing such intervention here in in Oshogbo, Osun State. So definitely people from around the country came around for the previous ones with them, and they will also be coming around here. But we brought it about because we noticed that there are many universities in Osun State, and many people are interested in this mental health conversations, because the rate of depression, the rate of addiction is more. And we want to at least reduce the burden to a large extent, to a very, very large extent. So definitely there will be social events, there will be mental health rally where we would advocate, there will be mental health symposium where we'll have mental health professionals, consultant professors to speak about this. Dignitaries will come around, and it will, at least when people know that what they are going through, people are talking about the experiences they've gone through while they were youth. The youths and students in this present generation know that, okay, I'm not going through this thing. I'm not the first to go through this thing. People have gone through it in the past.
And they survived.
And they survived. So I can also do it, and I will definitely survive. So once people have that, once that is normalized, when that is normalized, that will at least reduce the rate. So the forthcoming program is going to be in December, and definitely
have you chosen a specific date yet in December? Or plans are still
yes,
ongoing?
plans are still ongoing.
I think we'll look forward to that. And
yes,
if you could have a program like that while you were still students and you had success, then definitely, as medical doctors, now professionals, definitely we can only trust God for more successes.
Yes,
all right, coming to you, Dr. Oyedeji, what will be your message now to somebody listening who feels hopeless? Maybe he's already going towards, he maybe has not entered depression, or she has not entered depression, but trailing towards depression, already in depression. What would be your message of hope? Just in 1 minute, just face the camera and just tell that person a message of hope as we wrap this.
Okay. So I would like to just let you know that you matter. Whatever you are going through, someone has gone through it and survived it. And please have the ability and the courage to seek help. Seek help. Seek help. Your mental health is you. Thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Oyedeji, on your own part, you will also give your goodwill message or message to those who are feeling hopeless and dejected or into depression. And what will be your message to them as a means of trying to make them understand that they also can survive. What will be your message?
Yes, my message to every individual is that what you're going through, you're not the first to go through it. People have gone through it in the past and survived, and they went through it successfully. Yes, there were struggles, there were things that held them back, but they were able to go through it. So you are not the first to go through what you are going through. You'll definitely survive it. And just know that the future is brighter than you can ever think. The future is brighter than you can ever think. Have a positive mind, be optimistic about your life, and know that your mental health matters. And the little you are doing, you feel is not more, is definitely more. What you are doing presently that you feel is not enough, just put in more effort to definitely become more. Step by step, day by day, you become better. I wish everyone the very best.
Step by step, day by day, you become better. It has been a wonderful, insightful, and delightful conversation with you, gentlemen, talking about mental health, depression, and all that. And I believe our viewers out there have gotten to understand that whatever it is you're going through, you can come out of it. Either you are currently in a depressed state or you're having suicidal thoughts. Some people, you are not the first to go through it. Some people have gone through it and they survive. Do not stay in silence. Speak out, get help, and you will survive, because your being alive, it's what matters. And it is when you are alive that you can make impact. When you are dead, it's over. So stay alive and be alive. And just as we have Stillwater's initiative is here also to help you out. Find somebody you can trust to speak to. And when you survive, you also be able to help others to survive as well. But if you are dead, you won't be able to help anybody again. Yes, it's been a delightful conversation. Once again, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being a part of this conversation.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, our dear listeners and viewers out there, we'll quickly go on this break for our work, our pride. As I always say, talking is my work, and I'm proud of it. And as you can see, we have our doctors right here. They are, professionals. Proud to be doctors. You could see they were saying we were students, meaning I no be student again. I'm now a professional doctor. All right, we quickly go for my work, my pride. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It's still Spring Delight in Western Spring Television. Yes, you're welcome back. It's still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television, your favorite weekend breakfast show where we get to make your weekend, the start of your weekend, actually delightful. And we've had the conversation around mental health. We talked about depression. We talked about suicidal thoughts. And I believe you've been able to get one insight or the other on that conversation with our gentlemen, the two doctors who came earlier to discuss with us. And welcome to the second segment, the second conversation section of the show this morning. And we are going to talk about photography. You can see I'm well posed. I have to put on my tie because I never can tell. There might be hidden cameras everywhere taking my pictures. Don't mind me. That's how I want to do it this morning. You know, as I got to discover that I'll be having a photographer, you know, I had to think, hey, let me just appear very well, because you know, they used to say, Yorubas will say, Kosireje no photo, but now Ireje don't deserve. But even with the Ireje, we still have to. Okay, thank you very much. Shout out to my director. He said, is Ireje Domi? Sorry, is it Domire? Yeah, exactly. Ireje, but there are plenty Irejes in photos now. Should we explain the Irejes actually on a lighter note, actually? All right, photography is more than capturing beautiful images. Yes, Ojubelo. It's about vision, creativity, storytelling, and impact. Today on Spring Delights, in the second segment, we'll be exploring how photography goes beyond the lens to inspire greatness, preserve culture, and shape the future. Joining us in this conversation is Adebisi Tsuno Uluwadamilola, a professional photographer and makeup artist. Together, we'll be discussing our celebrating World Photography Day, which has to do with capturing stories, preserving memories. DBC will be the one exploring that and making us understand. Welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to have you. I hope I'm safe. I hope there are no hidden cameras everywhere.
I was just laughing at you, like, really.
Well, definitely, you know that there is this aspect of unaware, so that it's not be that there'll be some pictures whereby they are just going all around, and before I know it, I'll just say, oh my God, was I the one that did this? Was I the one that did that? That's why I said, okay, let me just ensure that I'm well positioned. Although I can say I don't like the way I'm positioned. That is, can you do an erasure for me? Yes, let's start with that.
Yeah.
Are there erasures in photos now?
Yes, sure.
Plenty erasures.
Yeah,
you agree with me on that?
Yes, because nowadays photography is not how it used to be again. Yes, like now, if you come to the studio, you want to take a picture, you can tell me, oh, Dami, I don't want this background. Do you understand?
That's an erasure.
Yeah, that's an erasure. And I can just manipulate. There's manipulation in photography these days. I will just manipulate and try and put you somewhere. I can just ask you, like, what do you want?
You can put me in London, or you can put me in Texas.
You can travel out without going out of the country.
Impressive. I'll just pack all the cardigan in my body, and you just put me on that snow.
So that is the erasure.
I'll be like, hey, speaking from the United Kingdom. Sorry, from Canada.
That's the erasure, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show once again. All right, let's start now. Let's start from the basic. How did your photography journey start?
Oh, I love that question. When I finished my national diploma, so I was home and I was just bored, like, what can I do? I was confused. And there was a day a sister of mine came to me and she said, Tammy, I want you to follow me to the studio. I want to go and do a photo shoot. I was like, really? And I followed her that day, and when I got there, I saw a man. He was very active. It was the only one. There was nobody with him. He was in the studio, and I realized he's the photographer. Okay. He was just moving, and I'm someone that is very supportive. The way he was moving, I was just like, when he wants to carry chair, I'll carry it, carry studio background, everything. I was active with him. Let me just say that. And I was just like, this man, I think I'm beginning to love what he's doing. Like when he started taking pictures, he said, okay, do like this, smile. He cracks jokes. And I was just like, photography. I just said, no problem. I didn't even know the man was noticing me, like the way I was being supportive. And it was when we now finished the photo, he now called me. It was just like, who are you? And I told him everything about me. He was like, can you join me here? I was just like, what's this saying? Join me here. I was just like, really? I said, I don't have money. I don't have money. He said, don't worry. I will teach you what I'm doing.
Wow.
If you are ready to learn. I was ready to learn. But because that time I was looking for where money will be coming in.
Yeah.
I was just like, I should come and sit down. I will not be collecting money. Like I will be learning. Like I really need money. But at the point I was just like, let me just try. And that was how I started with him. I started learning, and it was even surprised. Like, I used to tell people, like, have passion for what you do. If you have passion for what you do, even if you face any challenges, you will stand.
The passion will keep pushing you.
Yeah, it won't shake you away. It was surprised. Like, I was one that went to meet this lady that we should join me. Yes. I faced every challenges. I was like, this thing, I will know it. I will make money here. I will be popular here. And he really loved me, and he loved my zeal for work. So that was why I started.
Now, would you say that the inspiration to become a photographer started after you agreed to start learning under him, or you had the inspiration before that moment?
I would not lie.
You just innocently followed somebody.
Yes, innocently. That's the word.
May we always go to the right place at the right time?
That's the word. I don't even know I will be here. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like, it was when I now entered, I was just like, yes, this is interesting. It is challenging, but it is interesting. I can actually learn this. I'm good at it.
All right. Can you say, now let's come to the aspect of your professionalism now. Can you say that true, photography is truly timeless? In the sense that, now that we've been having a lot of big phones left and right, like you can pick your phone now and just take a picture and you edit on your phone. Now, can you say the craft now of photography is still timeless?
Yes, I will say yes.
Okay.
I will say yes again. 2 days ago, someone was talking about, like, I saw it online, and they were like, AI would take up. I was just like, No, it is different. You cannot want to do events now. You understand? You need a photographer that will cover your event.
Yeah.
Edit your pictures.
Exactly.
Don't tell me. I will not even agree.
You cannot keep carrying big phones and say you want to do something and snap.
And you know there are angles in photography. If you know about photography a bit, like you now, if you go to an event, when you say photographer, you already know this is a professional photographer. Yes.
That's the way they position themselves.
That is it. Angles.
It's not just carrying anything anyhow.
I may be taking pictures. I know what I'm taking. I know what I want to bring. I know the story I want that picture
creating.
to. Yes, it's just about creativity. But you carrying phone beside me, you can stay here. Me, I can go and stay there. We are taking the same picture. Yes, there are angles to pictures taking. So when you are not a professional, you are not a professional. So it is timeless. There is no how. The craft will always be timeless. The pictures, if I take picture, you will just be wondering like, is it not the same picture that I would took? Me, I will take my picture. You'll be looking for where is the picture. There's a way me I will do it. The creativity will be there. So in fact, in the next 15 years, 16 years, you will surely know if the two pictures are placed beside each other. If a blind man will say no, it's a professional that took this picture.
All right, now let's come to your experience. Now, can you tell us a memorable photo you've taken that tells a deep story? Out of a lot that you have done, can you recall one that you've taken that you would like to share with us on this?
Okay. I've taken many pictures. That was a burial I went to.
Okay.
This woman, in fact, everybody was saying, Odaju, like, she won't cry. Like, we know her.
You mean your clients? They said she won't cry.
I was just like, okay, I am here. She will not cry, okay. Well, because we have always seen clients when they are maybe that burial, grandpa, great grandpas. I was just like, I would just wait for them. They will do makeup, don't mind their makeup. They will do makeup. You think they have done makeup already, and they will be to church. They will have to come to the time where they want to bury
when he wants to go down.
Go down the last moment. That woman, she was just trying to compose, that kind of thing.
They've said,
Daddy, I will miss you.
I will not cry.
Maybe I will surely miss you. You've been amazing to us. Me wait on.
Your legs was ready.
I will never miss that kind of shot in my life. I will never try to miss it. I was just like, she was just trying to package herself. Few seconds like this. She started rolling, and I was capturing it back to back. Like you'll be as in back to back. You're
just taking them.
I was just taking those pictures. As in, she cried. She was so deep in crying. And I took all the pictures, and, when it came out, and she was just like, Tammy, I love this picture. Because it shows on her face that she's a strong woman, yes. But she cried.
It showed the real her.
Yeah, she could not hold it. So I took the pictures, and she was like, Tammy, I love this picture. And I saw the picture when I was doing the post-production. I saw the pictures, and I was like, yes, I love this picture. In fact, I used to keep that picture. The picture is always with me all the time, and I love the creativity.
All right, now let's talk about the World Photography Day. Right now, on that very day, let me start with this. Did you celebrate it?
Sure.
Because actually, I didn't know that day was the World Photography Day, but the photographers who are on my contact list, I just see post Happy Photography Day. They were just giving themselves different shots, showing that yes, they are proud of what they did. That's why I said I should ask you if you actually celebrated it. Now, if you did, how do you feel? This question, how do you feel about the significance of celebrating world photography?
Yeah, what I can say about it is that celebrating World Photography Day is just honoring history of photography. Like you appreciate photography, and we bring all photographers together to celebrate, to let them know, okay, you are doing well, to let them come together to share ideas, beliefs, and like that day I was not at home. We went out.
Okay.
Our governor, Osho's governor.
Okay.
There is this program Beyond the Frame.
Okay.
Beyond the Frame. We celebrated it.
Wow.
Like for the World Photography Day here in Oshogo.
So meaning the state even celebrated you guys.
Our governor's personal photographer, official photographer.
I see.
So we came together to learn, to share our ideas, learn new things and rub minds together. As in, opportunities started coming. Like I think I have about 3 people that day that was like, wow.
Wow, you were able to connect with people.
Yeah, we connect. Okay, wow, I don't know this before. Oh, that's good. So we can still use camera to do this. So we can still do this. So we were together. We rub minds together and we learn new things. And I think that encourages us to do more. Even if we have someone that did not know about photography that day, he will be moved. Like, oh, I would love to join this. I would love to do this.
All right. Now, coming to photography in general, still talking about the celebration, are there challenges now that photographers face today in this current dispensation?
Yes.
Or it's a rosy, fine movement thing, as we see you bring out fine pictures, it's just a fine going thing. You just carry your lens, you shoot. Somebody said, I shoot, but my shooting doesn't bring out blood. That's what you photographers say now. You also shoot.
Yes, we shoot.
Your shooting is a shooting without blood.
It's not deadly.
Interested. So keep shooting well. So I
wow.
think the shooting is it just you shoot, you edit and give us nice pictures, or are there challenges photographers face?
There are challenges.
Okay, let's have.
There are many challenges. I would say gadgets. Our gadgets are very expensive.
Okay.
Yes. If you don't have money, you cannot do photography. You can't do photography. That's one. And the second thing I would say is how to convince clients. There are many challenges in photography. How to convince clients. See, if you are not standing enough, you will face many challenges when it comes to meeting clients, convincing them. You might have edited a picture like this and you feel, this picture or more.
If
I send it to my client, oh my God.
You'll be wow.
No.
And by the time you send
you
it,
might send it and she will just, what's this?
Try.
Like,
after you've invested your whole strength.
What? Mommy, this picture is no. I don't like it. And pictures that your photographers, if you have maybe for photographers beside you and you show the person or anybody that even that doesn't know about photography, be like, oh, this is a good picture. But when you send it to your web-paid clients,
people like,
there are clients that when you want to do their photo shoot, you will be running a task getter.
Why?
You have to bring in something new. Something new.
That
something
you've never seen
yes.
before.
Every of our photo shoot has to be something new. So you have to think. You have to be creative. You have to think deeply. So that you can even tell you, is this not the background that you used for me last year? And to get backdrops, you have to have money. You can even say, is this not the camera you used for me last year?
Does that concern them?
I swear.
Okay.
You just be like,
interesting.
Mommy, just relax. I will deliver.
Okay.
I will deliver. Just relax. So we have many challenges when it comes to photography.
So the issue of clients is actually a big thing on its own. It's a big thing. Not to now talk of the cost of gadgets on it. All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's come to the aspect of technicality and creativity. Now, how do you guess, I like calling my photographer friends creatives. Like if I just want to talk to them, I can just be, hi, creative, because I know it's all about creativity. Yes. So I'm used to that word creative whenever I see a photographer who is doing very well in the industry. I just say, hey, creative, because it has to do with a lot of thinking. Now, how do you get to balance the creativity aspect with the technicality aspect?
And let me just say, like I told you the other time, I said I can be in an event and I'll stay here taking picture, and someone that doesn't know about photography will be beside me. We will be focusing on a particular picture, but my outcome will be different. Even my co-photographer, I can meet anybody that is also a professional photographer. We'll be on the same spot. Like it might be here and I'll be there. And we're taking the same picture, but I know what I'm taking. And there's on his camera, he can set his camera to some settings, and I will change mine. We might not be using the same, and we are in the same place taking picture, a particular picture, and my outcome will be different from his own, and the result will be wow than his own. It will not be like maybe we are in the same place now. We carry the same. We can even carry the same camera. So that's my creativity. I created something out of norm, Like I don't just want to be how everybody is doing it.
Not just this is the way they do it.
This is the way. The same way. So in the name of creating, being creative, I have to be very careful.
Okay.
Yes, there's rules for everything.
Okay.
There's rules for photography too.
Okay.
So you want to break the rules, you have to use it with sense. Yes. So if you go and take overexposed picture, and you are saying you are creative, I beg, now rubbish picture you take. And there are underexposed picture that's, if you take underexposed picture, that's lack of light. There's not enough light.
Yeah, illumination.
It's not all underexposed picture that you can say, okay, you are being creative. There are underexposed picture that will not be useful. It won't be useful. So in the name of creating, you have to use your sense. You have to obey the rules too. You can break rules, or with sense, with sense, you just have to. An overexposed picture is a bad picture. Like,
I think I understand this aspect of overexposed picture. I went for an event some time ago and I requested for my picture. I was the master of ceremony there. Okay. And when the picture was sent, it was just too bright for my liking. And I was like, what is this? I had to show it to a brother of mine. And I was like, no. I was wondering who took this picture and why would he have to take such a picture? Like, I was a fair person, I became lighter than the lightest. And I was wondering why. And I think I now understand the aspect of overexposed and under. So there are rules to this game if you want to be creative in creating pictures. Impressive. Now let's come to, I asked you earlier the question of the picture you took, one of that you like to share with us, that the memorable picture. Now, has there been anyone that you've taken that was challenging, and how did you overcome it that you like to share? Can you recall of anyone currently?
Currently, I think no.
Okay. While you're still thinking of that, let's come to, you are a makeup artist too.
Yes.
How do you blend the two together? Before, I know of a friend, a colleague of mine, while I was still in school back then. He was a photographer. So what he does is he brings in a makeup artist to join him. They collaborate together. But now you are the two.
Yes.
You do photography. You're a makeup artist. How do you blend it?
That's a good question, and I love that. It's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. It can be challenging. It can be challenging because let us view it like this. I have a photography and makeup studio.
Okay.
Yes.
Together in the same place.
Together, yeah. Okay. Yes, I have. So let us assume a client entered now and she wanted to do makeup and photography. Only me. Like at the moment, I did not have any assistant. Like normally, if you're a photographer and you own a studio, you have to have assistant. At least you have to have like 2-3 men working with you. Yeah. Because photography can be hectic.
Exactly.
So
it's a whole lot of work.
Yeah, there will be people that will be moving backgrounds, moving lights, directing, that kind of thing. Editors. I am the editors. I am the one that move backgrounds.
Yeah, the props arranger.
Yeah, yes, I do everything. It can be challenging. Sometimes I will get home and I will be useless. Like I won't be able to do anything. Like it is very, very challenging combining photography with makeup, but because I have passion for it. In fact, I used to have. There was a time like that. Someone recommended a woman to me to do her makeup, and I was like, "Mom, I'm also a photographer." She was like, "You?" But the woman told me you are a makeup artist. So I do both together. She says, "No, that's not possible." A female doing, and she was just like, she even thought, there are makeup artists now that when you come to their studio, they will do your makeup and they will still tell you they take pictures. You know, mine is different from their own. You know, I mean, like I'm combining two professions together. Like I'm a professional photographer.
Yeah, professional makeup artist.
And you get. So that's two professions like that. So the woman
so
even
profession
talk
in one person.
In one person, no, a female.
Not a male. Okay.
So the man was just like, no, like, no, she has to come to my studio to confirm. I said,
she didn't believe what you said.
Yes. I said, Mommy, it is not professional, but I will allow you to come to convince you. She came and she looked around. So you want this place? I said, this is makeup. I let her know. This is makeup studio.
Segment.
This is photography. She was like, wow, it's what I've seen. I think that was after I've sent my output, my pictures, my samples, my this thing. I gave her my Instagram and I gave her everything. She has to come around. And she was like, no problem. I will come on Friday for my photo shoot and make her. I was like, okay, no problem. So, but I thank God. God has been helping me because I have passion for both. I have they work together. They work together. God has been helping me. And
now it means that you can run both. Let's say, for example, a client can come, do the makeup for the person, and immediately from there, you just walk to this photography studio and just take the person's
I did that
picture.
Yesterday.
Now, let's say, for example, wow, impressive.
Yes.
Now, let's say, for example, you know, there are outdoor shootings.
Yes.
How do you handle that?
Yes. Outdoor shootings, that one is crazy.
Okay,
if
why
the
is it
clients
crazy?
call me now, like, you know, I did a photo shoot yesterday in the studio, makeup and photography. She called me. She was like, Tammy, I wanted to come home to come and do photo shoots for my mom. I was like, Jesus. Anytime I hear that outdoor,
You know,
I used to have issue. I didn't have a car. Firstly, I didn't have a car.
Okay.
So to move my stuffs,
gadgets,
to move my gadgets, I will have to pack for makeup. I'll pack lights. Yes, I'll pack lights. I'll pack my makeup kit. I'll pack chair, makeup chair. Yes, I will not come to photography.
Okay, so there's a chair you have to use. You cannot just use any chair to do makeup.
No.
Wow.
Yes, there's chair we use for makeup. Photography, gadgets. I will carry light, tripod. You know, I will carry many. In fact, so it is always only me that will do. So I always love my clients too. I was just like, Mommy, please, can grandma come to the studio? And my studio is upstairs.
To change,
she was just like, Grandma cannot come. I said I will come and pick grandma myself. I will take her up. I was just trying to, you know, I don't want
find
to
a way
go
to
out because it's always challenging. And well, I do it too. I do it.
Well, whenever, as long as the clients can pay for it.
Yes, I will do
it. It's all about the money. As long as you can pay for
money
the service.
And passion.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, as passion is involved, you know, what will encourage the passion too is the funds for it, because, you know, nowadays people don't value what is free again. They'll tell you that something that is free might not be that worth it. Although there are some things that you can't buy with money.
We would undercharge.
Exactly. As I said. All right, now coming to looking ahead now, what is your vision for your photography career?
Oh, I want to make impact. I want to train people. Like, I'm looking for that day that will just sit down. Like, I won't be able to count the numbers of people I've impacted. I really wish to do that. And I love to explore more than this.
Okay.
Like, I love to travel out of the country to learn more about photography, to learn good things, new things about photography, to meet big people. So that I need opportunities.
Exactly.
I want to spread my tentacles. I love to impact.
Now, you made mention of something that you wait for the day whereby you'll be able to look and you can't be able to count the number of people you've impacted. Are you saying now that our photography shapes our culture and society? Do you agree to that?
Yes.
How?
Sure. It shapes our culture because it's just like an instrument used for communication.
Okay.
Yes. It's preserve our culture, our traditions. Yes. Because let's say now, think they just celebrated cultural day
Yeah,
or something.
Oshobo Festival and
yeah,
this
yes.
Ojo Isheshe was also done last.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
They can't do it without photographer. Yes.
To keep the memory alive.
Sure. Many years to come, they will still go back to that pictures. Yeah, I think you will be seeing many pictures flying around now.
Yeah, exactly.
Different pictures, creativity. So we can't take that aside. Yes, there's no how they want to do it without photography. So it shapes our traditions, our beliefs. Yes, because those pictures that are documented will be later used. They will even request for it. I think I heard about a story, and they were looking for a particular picture out of this Oshun Oshogbo.
Yeah.
Yes, like we are looking for a particular picture. There are photographers, opportunities will come because they'll be like, okay, who shoots this picture? Yeah, people shares pictures around. People stole photographers' pictures. In fact, there was one quite long. They removed the watermark.
Wow.
And they started posting like
they
are the one. They just
the person's signature.
Yeah, signature. They erased it and started using it. But I think I was told that there's a way they will know. Okay, this is the first person that took this picture. Yes. So that picture can be later hacked, and they will now say, okay, we want the person that shoot this picture.
The actual person,
the owner of this picture.
All right. Now, I want to ask this question. This one is actually personal to me and a very painful one. What would be your message to photographers who over-edit? There are some persons, you will go take picture, and by the time it is done, yes, I want to look handsome. I want to look good in this picture. But by the time you see it, you know it is overdone. Let me use that word. Like, let's say photography is cooking. They overcook it. It is overdone. What would be your message to them?
What I would say to them is, I think people have started to want originality, like authenticity. Yes, I would advise them to stop that, because me, I don't do it. It's not good. When someone comes around, in fact, if there was a client of mine and I edited picture I gave her, she was like, no, you make me more fine. I already know what she's talking about. Sorry, ma, I don't do it. Like, you want me to, like, you want to look like plastic, like I should just, or the authenticity, the originality has to be there. Yes. So being a professional photographer is not just like, no, I will have to edit, no.
Yeah, I think that's the word. Edit, edit, They will edit and kill everything.
So the authenticity, originality has to be there.
Thank you very much. And now, okay, how I would like you to tell us your social media handles, how we can be able to contact you on social media. You can give us your social media.
You're on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Glam by Damotic.
Glam, GLAM by DY Damotic, DAMOTIC. All right, Glam by Damotic at Glam by Damotic on Instagram, right?
Yes, on Instagram, on Facebook, or Damotic at ABC.
Damotic
just anyway,
at
just
ABC.
press Damotic to.
Once you strike Damotic
like this,
it will pop
it's
up.
only me that is bearing that name.
She's the one Damotic, one world. It's all right. Don't let me say the Yoruba version. Let me just keep it in English. Then your brand name. What's your brand name?
My brand name is Damotic Ayaworanbirin.
Damotic Ayaworanbirin. Kì í ṣe Ayaworankunrin. Obìnrin lele.
Yes.
It's all right. Very much. It's a pleasure to have you once again on the show. And thank you for making us understand that photography is not about yapa. It's about snapping and being original and ensuring that you make people have, I like the way you talked about client relationship. Even if there are situations, to be able to make them understand that there is a way we can do it better this way. And it's okay for the client as well as okay for you. Not that one person is suffering while the other person is trying to just usurp or overrule the other person. Both sides should be able to, and clients also be fair with your photographers. Don't overburden them with too much expectations. As much as they're trying to satisfy you, you also be considerate. Tell them what you want, so that they can be able to deliver to you. Once again, it's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, dear viewers, this is where we'll wrap it up on this segment. on photography as well. You know, I have stayed put in case of any unaware pictures. I know my pictures will come out fine. We are going now for another break. We want to go and have some delicacies. We want to go and cook beans. Yoruba, we call it ewa. I was told it's ewa going, but let's get to see it. So in case you have bread, soft one. If you like brown one, that's good. If you like soft one, and good. If you like director, shout out to you. I know you like Gary. So if you want Gary, you know, I've been using Glorious Day. Actually, my director, shout out to you there. Get your Gary ready and use it to eat it. You can pour it inside the ewa, or you can put it with water and sugar to eat it. And if your own is plantain, fried one, chuck it inside. Let's go and eat some beans with Gary, bread, dodo. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Yes, did you see that beans with a shawarma wrap? Omo, I think I forgot to add that actually. It is part, you know, I said it from the beginning. This is a glorious weekend. Shout out again to the director. I think that shawarma wrapping is a glorious wrapping. When you are wrapping beans inside shawarma, how fun now? Well, you have seen the combination of dodo, ogi, gari, bread, so you can use it to eat anything. From all of us on Spring Delight at Western Spring Television, that's what we have to serve you for today as a delicacy. And after you are done with that, you know, rest a while, then you add your watermelon as your dessert to, you know, to balance the scene and wash it down and have a beautiful, relaxing and enjoyable weekend. And this is where we're wrapping it up on the show today. Special shout out to my co-host Jibika and Jorio Joe. She's unavoidably absent today, and I believe next week that we'll be here together to make your weekend again delightful. Special shout out to my producer Pastor Alaka. My producer is actually a pastor. Special shout out to him today, and to the entire crew, Dami, the director Glory, who has been using the Glorious for today. I also want to thank Daddy Oye, everybody who has been on the crew today. A very big shout out to you all. Until I come here again next week, keep staying fine. Have a delightful weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now. I am Olufemi Alagwe. Bye-bye.